First, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Sohn. I'm your Miss Maryland 2021. I am a creative person. I advocate for the arts. I'm also an ensign in the U.S. Navy and I'm on my way to medical school this July.
Wow, that's exciting. So you're going to medical school?
Yes.
Which medical school?
Des Moines University in Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Good. That's a good one. Wow, so she's actually going to nursing school. You're going to medical school. Oh my God!
Seems like we were destined to meet.
Yeah, destined
we had
to meet.
To be friends. Yeah.
So did you grow up in U.S. or in Korea?
Yes, I did. I was actually born in Kansas, of all places. Yeah.
I see. But what do you think about your Korean heritage? What kind of enrichment that it can bring to your life?
Yeah, I think what's really important is growing up Korean American. You grow up kind of with a foot in both worlds. You're growing up at home, you have Korean heritage and culture and food and upbringing, but then you're going to school in America, and so really it was quite interesting having that foot in both worlds. But I think what being a Korean taught me was a lot of grit and perseverance, but also knowing that what you're doing is not just for yourself, it's the legacy of your family. You know, all of the accomplishments that I've been able to achieve, all of the places I've been able to go are because of the sacrifices my parents made. And so I think when you're a daughter or a child of any immigrant, you're able to relate that what you're doing is not just for yourself, but for the people who came before you and made it all possible.
So you're emphasizing the spirit of sacrificing for others. Right?
Yeah.
And so do you see your parents or working very hard or strive to overcome some of the challenge as a first generation immigrant?
Yeah, I grew up hearing stories about my parents. You know, they would tell me about my mom lived in the housing projects of Hawaii when they first moved from Korea. My dad lived in the inner city of Baltimore, and so I heard all about the ways that they were truly hardworking people. They had multiple jobs, you know, taking care of not just themselves but their family, often being part of the income source. My dad graduated school early just so he could start providing, and you know, my mom did the same. And so I've seen this countless stories of sacrifice for, you know, our legacy and our future family, and it really humbles you, you know, and all that's going on in today and all of your trials and tribulations. It really puts things in perspective and allows you to appreciate the opportunities that you have.
And so when you grow up, what kind of education that your parents emphasize? How do they make you, you know, you're in the U.S. but you're still learning the Korean tradition, the heritage, and what do they emphasize in your education?
Yeah, so for us, it was a lot of making sure we knew about our cultural customs, and so, you know, every Christmas we would actually do our New Year celebration around the American New Year time, just because that's when our whole family would be together, extended family. But we always did all the customs that way, and they just made sure that we always understood the importance of embracing our Korean heritage. Growing up Korean American, you kind of want to hide it away a little bit. You don't quite fit in with your peers, and they always encourage us to be proud of where we come from, be proud of the food that we eat, the customs and heritage, and, you know, the culture that we have, and all of the different things that we do, because that's how we stay alive as a group, and as we pass down to the future generations. We have to be practicing that day to day.
Can you give an example of what kind of special Korean custom that you need to remind people need to learn?
Yes, so we always have like the tteokguk and the miyeokguk for birthdays and for New Year's, and it seems so silly, just a meal, and I would always roll my eyes like, why do I have to have miyeokguk every year, the seaweed soup? But my mom would always say it's for the long life, you know, and it's to celebrate your year, and there's a lot of cultural significance too when the mom first gives birth, the miyeokguk is given to the mom to help the baby as well. And so keeping those things in mind, recognizing that, okay, this seems so silly, it's just a soup, but it's actually not. There's a lot of history and culture there. And so always making sure to embrace those meals and understand the significance so I can pass those on to my children in the future.
Wonderful. So since you're coming to the gala tonight, and so how do you think the Chamber of Commerce can contribute to the community?
Yeah, what I think is incredible about the Chamber of Commerce is that through a gala like this, we're able to uplift and amplify stories of Asian Americans who have, in our eyes, made it. And they have really overcome barriers. And so I think one of the really key important parts of me partaking in this event and with the Chamber of Commerce is that we are able to continue sharing those stories, and we're able to recognize that, you know, no matter where we started, you have the ability to overcome. And so whether that's sharing my story with you all, someone who, you know, comes from a family, my family used to live in the housing projects, and now, you know, I'm off to medical school, I'm serving in the Navy. Those stories of multi-generational success are ones that need to continue to be shared, and so I'm happy to share that, but also continuing to uplift the stories that will be shared tonight. I think that's the most important thing.
Are you in the Navy Reserve or active duty?
I'm in the reserves currently,
Reserve,
yep,
okay.
and I'll go active duty 6 weeks out of every year, and once I finish med school, I'll be an active duty military doctor.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very exciting career.
Yeah, I'm very excited for
Oh,
it.
congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.